Yeah. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for you, for all people. I was thinking about the society that I've been living in all my life. And, we have to contemplate the ups and downs that we see, the things that we face, things that give us question about living, whether it's up, whether it's down, whether we could do or make a difference. And sometimes you think about, I have at least, think about the way the society is set up. I've always thought that the system was set up in such a way that when you least expect it, something like, well, you can have a question that arises. Hear that noise? That's another telephone distracting. Well, back to what I was saying. When you have a situation that you're confronted with in life, you always want to find a solution. You're going to look for the solution. You're going to reach out wherever you might be able to think that a solution might be. But then you think about white supremacy that has existed all of your life. In biblical terms, in the Bible, you have same old, same old. Santa Claus, same old, same old. So everything is lily white. And if you come up in a place, black, where white people really had control over you, manipulated you because they had stuff and you didn't have stuff. And for some strange reason, people look up the stuff as something that other folks got and you don't have, but you wish you had. And so just the fact that you don't have it and want it, and somebody else got it, makes you feel that you're a little below them because you want so much what they got and you just maybe so far away from it. So that brings you down. Everything that's bringing you down, you spend your whole life being brought down. Your whole life being brought down. Then you think about there might come a time when people get caught up and get discovered and a change is required. And, I think about some of the things that they did to Mussolini back in his day when he was acting crazy, or what they did over in Russia when they were acting crazy. And so I was just thinking about what they were threatening to do to old Hitler, you know. So you just thinking about these kinds of things, but these are the kind of things that a different kind of people could never exercise. And so you still wonder, you wonder, you wonder. And then by the moment you made that decision, this guy finds a door that allows him to escape. Your worst enemy finds a door that allows them to escape. And you say to yourself, I knew that door was always there. It was always there because the power structures is always going to lead them a way out. Always going to lead them a way out. But when I was thinking this, I was thinking about the Democratic Party. I was just thinking about the government system at large. But I'm sure many of you have thought about this for your own reasons. But I'm saying this to say that the system, all of us, and especially the people who benefit from it, knows about it. And in their knowing about it, they had no problem with it. But they were expecting a civilized, well respected individual to take advantage of that door. Because once that door is used, it will be exposed. And so you want to really benefit from it by letting the most prized possession use that door to get away. Nobody ever had the idea that a crook, one by the name of Donald Trump, would stumble up on that door and use that door to escape all of the stuff that he has been engaged with, all of the violations that he has made. He's still been, that's that door, that's that white supremacy door that was left for somebody else, but Trump stumbled into it. So I guess wanted to just mention that to you, that I know you've been thinking about it, and being thinking about it, I want you to know that it's well thought. Now, what you do about it, you just keep that in mind, that these kinds of things have happened. They will always happen because that's the way mankind is. Then I was thinking about the administration, the Trump administration. They're coming on the scene, and you got Trump who want to be rich. The conversation has been that he is rich. He always says he is, except when he doesn't want anybody to know he's rich. Then his conversation might just be anything. But he wants everybody to think he's rich. So for me, as far as I'm concerned, he's rich. And the way I see him selling stuff, I'm gonna say he's rich too. And then he wants to hang with the richest man. The richest man. Do you know what it's like to say that someone is the richest man on earth? Everybody wants to be rich because being rich will allow you to do anything, at least you think, allow you to do anything you want to do and probably get away with most stuff that you want to get away with. Definitely shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and get away with it. And everybody wants your calling card. And everybody knows you. Because one way or another, somebody's probably want to benefit from you. And you've been there for sale. That's why you the richest man, or one of the richest men in the world. And so people seeing that, it allows you to take control over the lives of so many people. I see them on television, sometimes on video, acting in response to being around Musk as if he's something divine. I guess I can understand that. I remember being a kid and I get around a celebrity and it makes me feel all excited just to be around them. Thought I was something special, thought they were something special. I know the game, but I grew up from that. But anyway, that me. A lot of people haven't grown up from that yet, especially when it comes down to somebody, when it comes down to money. And if you're sold out on money, that's definitely what it is. And so Trump and his rich friends want to go around through America and tear down the institutions, tear down what America has called this foundation, fire people, make sure people have no jobs. And what the plan is, we don't know. He has a plan. There is a plan. But it is revealed to us when they desire to reveal it to us. Don't give us no time to think about it and plan to do anything about it because this is a complete takeover. And so we wait and see what they are going to do. But what they're doing is nothing good because they're increasing the prices on all of the stuff that people utilize daily. They're having nations around us, our friends and our enemies, excited about what we're doing. Our friends frightened because they don't know what we're doing, and they don't trust us. And we really setting ourselves aside to be just like Germany, be like all those defeated powers that be, get ourselves beat down because we didn't have any sense. We allowed ourselves to go down because of fear, because of our lack of knowledge, because of hope and not knowing how to direct that hope, which makes it possible for you to understand, should, that as people are losing their jobs, as people are losing their daily sustenance, and you perhaps one of those that have. But the thing is that something must be done about it. But my plea to you is to understand this, that the kind of stuff that we've been dealing with, we know what it's like. The oldest of us that's living, we have gone through this stuff. Whether we loved it or whether we hated it, we have gone through it, and we got some impressions. Those of you who are not as old as us, but you've lived long enough to recognize what's going on, I'm sure that you wish and hoped that something would be going on better than what is going on. However, we have brought ourselves to the point right now that we're, for many of us, we're going through the worst that we have ever gone through in our total existence, as far as we know. So, my proposal to all of the people of America, I want to propose something to you that I'm sure that will work for us as a nation. And it's not trying to get even with white supremacy. It's not trying to get even with those that have abused others. It's not trying to get even with those that have abused us. Because we realize that we were ignorant and not bold enough to resist this pain and suffering. We just took it. And that meant we were vulnerable to the bull as well as they were. They couldn't resist using that ugliness to try to oppress us, those who were oppressed, to benefit them. They were victims as well. And the thing of it is, there's no fixing that. The only thing we can do is stop doing that and make sure that the fixing, if there's any to be done, is that that never happens anymore. So what we have recognized, ladies and gentlemen, is this. In the past, the motivation for living our daily lives was to get money. And to get money was because there are things that we have determined are essential in our lives: food, clothing, housing, the things that are necessary for living. And everything costs money. And there are those of us who have, for one reason or another, possessed stuff. I'm sure they say it wasn't nothing evil. It wasn't anything negative. It was a responding to a system that they were using during those times. So let's give them the benefit of that, saying that it is in response to a system that was legitimate and they weren't just being low down, dirty crooks, but they end up possessing the resources of the earth. Now, there were times when they went other places and they tricked people. They really tricked people, and they'll admit that. They call that being smart. That's Donald Trump. He's here as being smart. And so they took advantage of people not being smart and abused them, exploited them. And so, but the resources are there. The resources are there for everybody. Now, those who took advantage of the situation and claimed the resources as their own, then in order to utilize the resources to do the things that we have determined needs to be done, we gotta get the resources. So everything involves money. Money to get the resources, money to extract the resources, money to take the stuff, and money to build the stuff, and then money to sell the stuff. Everything takes money. And that allows some people to make big money, because that's why you got your richest man on earth. That's why you got your multi-billionaires. And that's why you got your billions and billions of poor people. Anyway, when you got that, you don't want that anymore. But that's what the result is of seeking after money. So I always tell people there's a better plan. I call it God's plan because it's so unique. None of us have thought about it. None of us practice it. None of us advocate for it. So I just think we don't know anything about it. So if it pops up in anybody's head, like it did mine, I'll say it's the spirit of God's love trying to say something to you. And this is why I'm sitting here saying that God has a plan that is better than that. And rather than seeking out trying to how to do others and compete with others to make money to do the things that you need, you still need the same things. The resources are there to meet those needs. And you who need them now will play a part, as you always have, in causing a manifestation of those needs, of those resources for those needs. Now the thing that is going to change. In the past, you have sought after money. Now what we're going to do is change it and seek after joy rather than seek after money. Your career is not about making money. Your career is about joy. Now, see, the secret about joy is the world can't give it to you, and the world can't take it away. So, what is happening as you choose this new system, and it is a new system, it's not staying on the same old system we've always been on. It's a new system. And I tell you, it's headed by God because in order to receive this joy, it comes from God, and it comes to those who choose a career that gives them that greatest joy. You search till you find a career that says, "Ooh, I got to do this." That, my friend, is when you will receive that joy because that is the thing that you would participate in your role in this life. Your role in this life. That joy that you receive by doing that is your greatest reward. Now, when you think about stuff that you needed money for, you don't need money for it now. And the reason that you don't is because though you still have need for all of the resources as you determine, and they are there for you, but you don't need money because you are part owners. All of you, all of the people are part owners of all that exists. And so what you are part owners of is like going to your closet, getting it, or going where you must go to get it, to retrieve it. That's what it's for. Anything that money could ever do for you, you're living in this world, creating the beauty of this world will give you more than it could ever do. So that's the benefit of God and you